you going?
G'day, Macca.
What are you up to?
Oh, just having a bit of a go on Dennis Lilly.
Mate, absolutely sensational shed.
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look, eh?
Yeah, come and have a look.
No worries.
Come up, Macca.
Gee whiz, mate, look at all this old stuff here. Where did you get these? What are they, buddy?
Well,
leathers?
these are early race pants, early leathers that we wore before we went to nylon. And as you can see, they had to make them pretty wide so you get a lot of movement out of them.
Were these actually made for a dwarf, were they, or a very
No,
short person?
No, because the boots used to have lace-up, multi-lace-up boots that would come all the way up to the top here. So you can imagine what it'd be like in summertime, wearing these on a 40-degree day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unreal. So they went from, obviously, from those to these. These were a company in Australia, Rat Racing, weren't they?
Yeah, Rat Racing. And these are the best thing. We had ventilation and also we're lightweight. Yeah. So you could do longer motors because the motos started getting longer as well. So you can imagine trying to do a 40-minute moto in the leathers compared to these.
Yeah. Now you've got an old riding top there, old Kawasaki riding top.
Yeah.
Was that your particular?
Yes, it is actually.
Elvis. Okay. Yeah. Now, why do they call you Elvis? I mean, people you've known throughout the vintage era as Elvis. Why do they call you Elvis?
It was probably to do with when I'd take my helmet off after doing say 20 minutes on the bike, take my helmet off and I'd flick the hair out of my eyes and the cocky crest would stay forward and it just looked like Elvis, I suppose.
Can you give us a line, like, you know?
Thank you very much.
No, there you go. Thank you very much. All right, mate. I've heard you've got some absolutely sensational bikes downstairs.
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look.
Okay, follow me, Macca.
Nice 79 Honda there, 79?
Yep, 78, yep.
78 Honda?
Yep.
But let's have a look. We've got a couple of Makos here.
This is actually a 1970-71 model 400cc wheelsmith bike, which is like the performance arm of Mako.
Okay, now what we've actually come here to see today is a Harley-Davidson?
Yeah, the Moto Glide.
Righto, let's have a look.
Yeah.
I've never ever seen one of these Harley-Davidson dirt bikes. I thought they were just all big hog things.
No, what happened was in 1974, Harley-Davidson joined with Aramaki in Italy, and they started on a bit of a scheme to build a motocross bike, but Harley in America dealers weren't interested. They were selling touring bikes. So they made about 1,029 of the bikes. The dealers didn't want them, so they crushed 1,000 of them. So hence, there's a handful left in the world today, and this is one of them. Do
you know how many there actually are in Australia? Do you have any idea? Is this one of
I got this about 10 or 15 years ago, and this was the only one. Very well put together. The motor was at strong point. It was a typical Harley, it was heavy. It was about 10 kilos heavier than everything else, and by the time it actually hit the marketplace, it was 1978. So it was way behind. They took them 4 years to get it out there and it was way behind the opposition, but the motors were absolutely brilliant. For its day, it was probably the most powerfulest apart from a Can-Am, but it still had better power and they still use these motors today in dirt track.
Now, do you have trouble when you go into Peter Stevens and the guy behind the spare parts counter with the leather vest and the goatee beard and the tats and all that sort of stuff, convincing him that you want a spare part for this? How do you go with that? Most
Harley-Davidson dealers today don't even know that they ever made one. Okay. They still don't realise they did, but...
That leads me to there. Where did you buy it?
It took me many years to chase it up. I finally found a chap before computers who I convinced to part with the bike. It took about 8 to 12 months to get over here because it got lost on the way. So it finally turned up and basically this is the condition it was left in.
How much did you pay for the bike when you bought it? To
buy the bike and bring it over, it would have owed me about $3,000 and back then people said I was crazy. But for anyone that's ridden the bike, it's a very memorable experience. It's not easily forgotten. Okay, mate. Well, thanks very much for showing us your bike and having a look around your shed. And for being part of Blokes in the Bikes, you're going to get some lovely goodies. This year, all of our featured blokes get some sensational stuff for being part of the segment, including this fantastic new 23-piece dirt bike toolkit from King Chrome, which comes in this convenient bum bag, which is everything you need to keep your bike going, which is great. And also some terrific products from our good friends at Motul to keep your bike looking trick, no matter what vintage. So there you go, mate. What do you think of that? That was great, Macca. Well, thank you very much for showing us your bike and your unbelievable shed. Mate, we're going to challenge you before we go on that pinball machine. But remember, if it's classic, it's fantastic. All right, let's go.